Out here with Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled again. Today's session is going to cover a few different mods. I'm going to be going online, to see if there's anything new with it. No, pit stop doesn't reset for a little bit, but got a few new bits and bobs. Alright, Ripper Raptors on that one. Okay. I'm going to be trying to cover a few of the Grand Prix challenges. I've done a fair few already, like out of stream and stuff. But I've got some daily challenges, so I might do a few of these as well. Forgot these had reset. So Isabella, right, so there's going to be a bit of gameplay with Isabella by the looks of it. Online with Isabella, trick jumps, 21 for fruits, hit your own cart, Twilight Tour, ring rally and Twilight Tour, power slide, 10 trick jumps in Twilight Tour. Once I can speak. Let's see, so the pro challenges, we have fun with Aku to do still, mashed potatoes, we've got these to do, so maybe a bit of gameplay using entropy. The Daredevil cart I've unlocked out of side of the stream. I've got no power-ups for me, and I've got to do that one, which I might do offline. Right, so I think what we'll do is I'll try, if I get 10 trick jumps in, we'll go with a bit of ring rally then to get one of the things done. So I'm going to go to Twilight Tour. Excuse me. Since today's challenge character seems to be Isabella, we'll go with Isabella. And I've got my little bumper card set up here. The neon blue and yellow, the guitar thing. Should get us up to 70% additional points on top of what the base value is worth. But let's just see how it goes. So the ring rally, how it works, for those who haven't had a chance in the game mode yet, and I've only just worked it out while I was doing my last stream, is each ring, it'll get you 1,000 points to your score. But it also gives you more time as well, like only like a little fraction more time. I think it's like a second or something like that, more, either a second or half a second more worth of time. But you start with 5 seconds, but for every lap you pass, you get bonus points as well. So basically, it's just like it's a endless run of the race until you run out of time, basically. So as you can see, yeah, points are going up in increments, and it's actually by seconds and not just by half seconds, so that's helpful. But jump through there, and hopefully this where we can. So the idea is going to be just to try and keep the blue flame boost as long as I can. Oh, there we go. Not the smoothest of attempts to jump onto there, but I made it, so I'm not going to complain about that. Oh, okay, I've got to remember those are there, so maybe do a bit of a sharper turn next time round. Also, as you pass through each ring, it also increases the speed that you're going at. So like the first 2 laps, if you aren't already in the blue flame, it'll just give you a normal speed boost, as if you were like going off like a boost turbo pad, like one of these ones normally. But from the 3rd lap onwards, the rings start to instigate the blue flame, which is great for obviously gaining speed and getting a high score on that. But trying to maintain consistency with it can be difficult, because the rings will start to get noticeably smaller through time as well. Okay, I haven't done the best with that. Let's just see if I can salvage something. Not gonna lie, this is not my best attempt at this, but let's give it a go. Come on. If we can get to the blue flame bit, like we have now, we might be able to start salvaging a bit more time, because the blue flame is pretty much like the cart going as fast as it can. Depending on what engine type you put in, like as well, because with oh Christ, There we go. Yeah, this is nowhere near my best attempt at any of these. But yeah, you can see the rigs getting smaller there. But depending on what engine type you have as well, you'll also determine how much speed you pick up. Like with Isabella, she's a balanced character. Like for the time being, I've just got the characters all set to their classic engine settings, so like none of them are. I've sort of not like faffed around customizing the playstyle or anything. Right. Okay, so it looks like we're just probably going to get lap 4 at best at this rate because that time is ticking swiftly down. But hopefully, you know, I wasn't looking to do Twilight Tour's Ring Rally for the longest amount of time. Like I'll probably I'll probably try and break more of my records in my own time. This is just getting through some of the challenges, like I said, I was going to today. Yep, see, nowhere near the time I set with, nowhere near the score I'd set with Tony, didn't even get past the King Chicken score. But I should get quite a few more points here. There we go. So I've now got the Daredevil wheels. And 66 coins for that, so that's not too bad. So I'll quit that for the time being. And while we wait for this to load, just think about which bit I'm going to do next. Right, so I've covered 3 out of 10 there. I've still got a win a race, do a time trial, do an online race, and be quick challenges. Right, so that gave us that one. That's basically the bottom 3. So do that without power-ups. 10 tricks. Right, so I've got to do the 10 trick jumps online with Isabella. Right, so I guess what I could do to do a few more is I'll go online and I'll use the Daredevil car. I'll still use Isabella, and hopefully if Twilight 2 is in the lobby as well, I could hit quite a few of these different challenges off in one go. So let's have a go. So matchmaking, karts, oh, Daredevil. I don't have any of the decals for it yet, so I have to go no decal, and I believe that's just going to tell us about the Daredevil wheels. There's the pressurizer. There's the Daredevil. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I wanted neon blue anyway. Okay, so Mystery Caves, Tiger Temple, Thunderstruck. We'll go Thunderstruck, and I feel just because it's got a bit of a better turning, like type of better turn than the speed. Some people prefer to use the drift class, and I can see why. It still keeps up a consistent amount of speed. So even though acceleration's not as fast, you can sort of build up your momentum quickly enough after you're done with it. I've got a few that are rocking the same. Looks like they're rocking the same colour scheme as me. I could be wrong. At least one of them is by the looks of it. But a few others got the memo that Isabella was the character of the day. Unless some of the others have already done that. But yeah, it looks like we're going to Thunderstruck, so we're not going to get Twilight Tour in this particular one, but might as well do a bit of online gameplay while I'm here. They've probably heard me commentating and left. Can't even tell if you can hear it. Typical. Just typical. See, I'm trying another one. See if I do a bit more. Right. So, where are these Daredevil wheels? In accordance to the menu. Oh, they've put them right up here. But what fun is that? I want the wheels that leave the nice little colours all around the area. Oh, Koala Carnival. There we go. So if I do this without any weapons, yeah, if I don't use any power-ups on this and complete the race, then I've got another challenge in here. I believe that's one of the ones. Nope, I believe there's a theme one I can do. Yeah, complete Koala Carnival. Oh, goodness sakes. Sorry about this. This is not how I envisioned this starting. Yeah, usually if you could hear someone's microphone, you'd have a little symbol on there, so... And I'd hear myself through the TV, possibly. Don't know. I don't know how it all works, but let's try and get connected. So the last thing I wanted was just a constant waiting on players. Nothing brings a bit of a gaming session to a screeching halt and waiting for that. Okay, so... Yeah, so we'll go for Prehistoric Playground. Please, everyone stay. Please. I'm not gonna get my hopes up too soon. But hopefully I'll finally get into a race. Hopefully. 8, 7, 6, 5. There we go. Now we're getting into a race. I was kind of hoping Koala Carnival or Twilight Tour would show up for completing some of the challenges, but yeah, I could work with Prehistoric Playground for the time being. Although this does have one on this Grand Prix, it's about taking all the shortcuts. So, with a bit of luck, well, it won't show up now, but like, don't even know why I said with a bit of luck, I've already done it. But yeah, there's like a few different tracks I didn't expect to get like challenges this season round, like in things like for squashing people you've got to go to Papu's Pyramid, which is a bit different. But right, I'm just gonna wait here. I'm starting in here. Oh, that's a nice colourful design. And that decal there. Oh. So all I've got to do is complete a race, I believe, in the Daredevil. Right, okay. Okay, that wasn't the best start. See if I can get yourself power up and hope to catch up a little bit. Nope. I guess I'm just not allowed power-ups today. It's alright though, it doesn't seem to matter. I'm sort of catching up nicely here. There we go. There we go. That's right, try and get in my face and get that shield. There we go, let's see if we can maintain the blue fire here. Okay, I've had a bit of a stutter there, so I don't get to maintain the blue fire, but... There we go. Just on that little bit. I hope someone eventually bumps into that. Little bits of water shooters up there. Yeah, I've not got a bad lead. Could be a better lead, but certainly not a bad one so far. Although no my luck, I'd have spoken too soon and I've just destroyed all hope for myself. Oh. Okay. Gonna time that. At least I've got my blue shield around, so no one can get us with any power-ups. At least I'm immune to one hit at least. Okay, it looks like they've been able to maintain some sort of speed boost then. By the looks of it, they've got the blue fire, which means by the looks of it, barring a comical error, I am now just going to come in second place. Oh Christ, I can't let this Pasadena player catch her. There we go. Second place will do. It's not too bad. And I completed a race in the Daredevil anyway, so should be a nice new challenge for me. I believe I managed to do 10 trick jumps with Isabella in this race as well, so just have to see what happens, but just wait for the race to end and for to start getting ready to shoot people back into the lobby. There it was. Nice, I got a nice 60% boost on that. Yeah, we're in Wumper time as well, which let's say for the first half hour's worth of gameplay a day online, and it means gameplay, so it doesn't just mean when you're sat in the lobby, thankfully. You get like 5 times the coins that the track's worth, so that's not too bad. Just gotta wait for it to get us to the podium and then back into the lobby, and then I'll have a nosy and see what else there is that we can do. So, oh, Koala Carnival. Check expert stunt. I hear crates. Bad driving. Okay. Don't really need to be Isabella or the Daredevil anymore, I think. Because, yeah. So let's just go back to stuff that's going to get me boost here. Me 70% boost, so... Uh-oh. Let's make this quick. Alright, looks like I'm stuck on acceleration, which might not be too bad. I haven't really done acceleration on this track, but this is the one where I'm not going to do any power-ups. I've just got to complete the race. I don't have to win, so if others are using power-ups, fair enough. I just have to make sure I complete the race in order to get this one. But it should have the 70% boost with the bonuses that I've got attached to it, so it should be a nice few points for me. Now I've got another fellow farmer engine there in the pressurizer. Got a nasty knock. And Isabella, they're in. Oh Christ, I've messed that up straight away by using a power up. Oh well, let's just try and race to win then. Here's me trying to reiterate what my objective is. Give up straight away. Oh well, I guess I'm just going to have to wait for Koala Carnival to come up again. It's like a force of habit thing with these power-ups. It really is. Oh wait. A bottle left there, really. Well, since I already messed up, I might as well use some power-ups to try and help catch me up. But I have to, like... Uh-oh. That was close. Oh. Oh wait, how come it's not wanting you to sort of... There we go. Super engine. Do anything. But... Right. I've got to think before I act next time round. Ah, oh, nuts. Here's me thinking, oh, I might make the podium. And then I crash into one of those. Well, I made 4th, so that's not too bad, but... My god, the first lap was spot on 40 seconds. I don't do that very often. How was there a 1 there when all my time things end with a 0? That makes little to no sense, but... Alright then. Okay, so... Note to self, if we get that track again, do not use the power up. Might actually complete an objective this time round. So, please, just on the off chance if it comes up again. Right, it's there. Please, please, everyone vote for it, everyone vote for it. Please. I want to try again, but without like messing it up too early. I think someone's a Bailey fan. Either that or they just like WWE and they happen to be called Bailey. Ah, there we go. Koala Carnival now. I must remember not to use a power-up. And I'll change it to speed, because I usually fare better as a speed character, and looks like everyone else is following the same suit. So, note to self, don't use a power-up. I know it's a force of habit, but I've got to get myself out of that habit for at least this race. It's like I've been given a second chance immediately, and I like it. Don't use a power-up. Don't use a power-up. Don't use a power-up. It didn't take Skyline the Bean very long to leave the session. If I can somehow win this without using a power-up as well, I'll be impressed. But I'm highly doubting that. Yep, because others possibly already... Yep. Okay, so it won't guarantee myself victory. But if I can try and make the podium, I'll be happy enough with that. See if I can do that. Looks like a fair few of these have already done the old no power-ups challenge. This is what I get for being late to the party with this challenge. I get a humbling. That was quite a big jump. Come on. Some of y'all can smack each other out of contention and just let me creep a little bit further up towards the podium. That would be great. Nice, okay, I didn't hit the podium, but there we go, completed it. Did the race. Did the race out of power-ups, so I should have that challenge complete now. Yep, no power-up for me. So there's that one done. And now I've done that, I believe I've got 2 more races to win in the champion cart. So I'm going to try and go for that next. So fingers crossed I can actually do something with this. Right, so we can do whatever. Oh god, please don't let the connection be dodgy. Right, so champion. You know what? I think the Spyro decal just looks the coolest in the neon blue and yellow. So I'm going for the Spyro decal. Keep everything else as it is. Oxide Station. I'll keep a classic with engine. I'll use acceleration. It's been a while since I've done an online race in Oxide Station, to be fair, but I've gone back to acceleration because I feel it's a bit more optimal for just the game, just because it's got a slightly better turning stat than the speed. And I feel with some of the fact that Oxide Station's quite a lot of corners, I feel like it's just a bit easier to take the corners with an acceleration character while still maintaining a decent amount of speed than it is with just a full out speed character. So I find myself crashing into the walls quite often with them. But who knows, maybe I've said that and now I'm just going to completely fail and like hit nearly every wall with this acceleration. Yep, that ring rally mode, like it says in the menu, in the loading screens, that does force you to have a new way of trying to take on tracks and that, and I'm going to try and do a little bit more of that with the Hot Air Skyway challenge. But let's see if we can get ourselves a victory here. I'm loving how the neon wheels are leaving like the little marks on the tracks as you're driving along them. So 32k being left. See, I should have realistically been taken out by that shield, because I'm sure that shield clashed with me. But there we go, online in a nutshell. That bomb didn't even make contact with me, and I got hit anyway. So, swings and roundabouts with this game sometimes. But it doesn't mean I enjoy it any less. Nope. Still absolutely love it. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Reverse. Oh, come on. No. No, Spyro. You are not doing. See that? There we go. Don't think I'm going to be able to do the same things I did last time. Because last time I did this one, I managed to like sort of save an Uka for when I was getting close to first place. And then sort of do my Uka and just get myself so far ahead of the competition. But by the way everyone else is going, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that today. Nah, it's actually be quite a defeat this, I think. My god. Right, here we go. Wow. This hasn't gone as planned. Really? Squashed and hit with a missile. This game really doesn't want to be kind to me today. But I suppose it has that moment with all of us. I know for a fine fact in a game like this I'm never going to be able to win them all. Oh, no, that's the last thing I could have afforded to do. Please just give me Mewtwo again. It does, but... Yep, like I said, I've had a huge fail on this level. Unfortunately, it's just that pot luck with how often you get hit by power-ups and stuff, and... Yeah, sometimes you can maybe do really well one moment. Yeah. Pretty much dead last because the other player dropped out and I didn't even get to complete that race. Kind of humbling a little bit when that happens because it's... When everything goes your favour, it can be really, really fortunate and you could be loving it. And then the next moment... Nah, it's like the game just wants to sort of hand you a bit of a dud hand once in a while. But hopefully we'll just recover from this and have a bit of a better race next time round. To be fair though, I'm like, over time I became a little less favourable of Oxide Station. It's not a course I particularly go mad about visiting. Don't get me wrong, the way they've remastered, the way they've done it for this game, it still looks really good, like the aesthetic of it all, and especially when like you have that moment where you jump into space and you can hear the sound sort of change a little bit. But other than that, it's not fantastic. Like, I don't particularly like the track as much. There we go. Looks like we're going to go out of time. Again, another one I'm going to just stick to acceleration with because it can be a bit turn heavy sometimes. So I just need to see how well I do on here. Hopefully I do alright. Come on. I quite like this track, to be fair, that we're about to go on to. It's Out of Time 1. Something I've been thinking about is obviously, well, from what other personalities on YouTube have said about like different rumours with like data mines and that there could be Grand Prix up until May. I mean, I don't know if that's, I mean, don't know how many people will be burnt out by the game by then. I'm hoping that, you know, if they introduce a new game mode like what they've done with Ring Rallying once every so often, it might keep the audience like hooked. Might keep me wanting more, but thinking, you know, because there will obviously come a day when the shelf life for support of this game sort of just gets to the point where they can't realistically come up with any more ideas for the Grand Prix. Like, what do they do? Like, it's a case of what do they do then? Although, to be perfectly honest, once, you know, they start thinking about new things to do with, like, Crash and stuff, I would absolutely love to see a new original game done, like, in the style of the first three. But just, like, obviously brand new levels, maybe, like, a couple of brand new characters and that. Like, you know, maybe if you introduce new characters into this, and then it could be, like, you know, a teaser for things to come within, like, future Crash games or something. Just a thought, but yeah. Like, I'd personally like a new Crash game. Like a new adventure-based one. I mean, I know it sounds a bit daft saying just a Crash game in general, considering this just came out this year. And I still absolutely love this game. But yeah, it's just a case of... See if I can... No. Wasn't it a decent enough angle to snipe in there? Really? That bomb didn't even touch me. Oh, and it landed outside of the bit where I can possibly get blue fire as well. Very nice game. Very nice. Here we go. See what I mean by the game sometimes just using your bomb hand. Yeah, you're a bit of bum luck. Anything more useful? Cost of it. Oh, only just. Well. This could, well. I need to win 2 more races in this champion card to get that challenge, and I don't know if it's going to happen anytime soon. Which kinda sucks. But at least I'm getting more coins to go towards the next Grand Prix worth of stuff, which is a Christmas Grand Prix. So I'm probably going to do the same thing I did for this one, like on launch day of the Christmas Grand Prix, if I'm not at work. Like on launch day of that, do another stream of it, go through all the new go through some of the new characters, some of the new track. I tried on time trial, tried on different modes and that. See what other see what other bits and bobs they add in for Christmas time. Because from the little graphic that leaked on, like the little graphic they did on Twitter, it's going to be like a gingerbread winter themed track, and it looks like a sleigh is going to be one of the carts. But outside of that, they're a bit more secretive with it. Like, there's not too much that's been done out at the moment. But yeah, I've got a tiny arena, and I'll do a speed. Although I'm still wondering if it's ever because apparently, I think it was Beanox had said that they'd started doing it where, depending on how well you were doing in races, it was going to sort of like put you in with similarly skill match players. And it got me thinking, you know, like, do they intend on doing a bit where you actually have stats over time, like who your most used character is, your most used thing, your most used speed class, like how many wins with it, like you know, wins and losses and stuff, like, will actually be able to show this up to you in a record at some point, which I don't think is too bad an idea. I mean, there's quite a lot of games that show, you know, like, you know, whether it's racing or fighting or even, you know, sandbox games with certain stats and that when you go online and stuff. There's always games looking to show you their stats, and I feel like that wouldn't be too bad a thing for Nitro-Fueled to do going forward if they are in fact like skill matching people. So then you've got an idea as just, you know, how many you're winning, how many you're losing. Just a nice little thing just to sort of, you know, have a bit of friendly competition with your friends if that's something people like to do. But here we are in Tiny Arena where there's loads of advertisements for some of the other tracks. You've got Roost Chews and Cortex Castle, and you've got, looks like Biker Tiny there playing the guitar on top of there, and there's a little hologram. Which is one of the, like, I think out of all of the stages that got like reimagined for the new one, like for this remaster, this has been one of my favourites, because it did just, like, it was on the original one. I mean, this is not a blight on the original Crash Team Racing at all, because obviously back then there was, you know, obviously we didn't have the technology to do all this, like, you know, detail and graphics at the time, and, you know, the technology at the time was a case of, well, we can only work with what we can work with, and as a result, so, you know, like, Tiny Arena sort of just looked really just sort of like monotonous and brown most of the time and things like that, and you couldn't really, you know, it had no distinguishable features, like, you know, with, like, say Mario Kart 64 coming out before, but a lot of people at the time pretty much just called it the Wario Arena, or the, you know, like the Wario circuit race of Crash Team Racing, and for good reason. But obviously, you know, it's got a bit more character now and things like that. Like, you've got the graffiti all over, you've got like lights and everything going off. Like, one day I want to just sort of like go through all of the tracks and see how many little Easter eggs there is as well, because as a few people had spotted, you know, like say in Engine Labs for example, like before the race starts, and it's like the location of it on the track is just after you come out the blue tunnel, and it's before you go down another lane with the barrel rolling towards you. You actually see the two mech robots being like sort of worked on that engine uses in both Crash 2 and Crash 3, which I thought was a really nice touch to it. Oh. Had to avoid the nitro there, but cost of losing momentum. See, my missiles rarely ever follow people that far. Oh, come on. Yeah, this isn't good. For those, if anyone tunes in and they were hoping and they thought, you know, this might be my day with online races, I think I can undisputedly say that this is not my day. But I'm not going to let it dampen my spirits, although damn, them Isabella and Nash, I mean them Megumi and Nash players are out far at front. I'm definitely not getting the challenge contribution now. Uh-oh. I don't like this. I don't like how jumpy this is. Yeah. I'm gonna have to be happy with third if I can achieve that. You know what, considering how absolutely battered I've been getting with weapons and stuff, I'll be more than happy with a third place finish here. Oh good, they stuttered. There we go, I'll take third. Considering the circumstances, I will take a third place finish. I will definitely take a third place finish. Still love the soundtrack to this game though. I love the fact you can switch and swap between the soundtracks. In fact, actually, I might switch it over to the Legacy soundtrack for a bit, even though it's not going to make the blindest bit of difference if we go on one of the new tracks, like, because obviously they weren't part of the older game, so there's no real like legacy soundtrack for them. But I love the new Cannonball Nash animation. That is fantastic. His little Evil Knievel get up there. So I'll tell you what, just for a bit of a variety, there we go. We'll go Legacy for the music. Just have a little bit of nostalgia. And it looks like a lot of us wanted Cocoa Park. Still sticking to Speed though, because it's one of those ones where it's just pretty much a big circle and can't really do too much around it with big jumps and stuff, so just maintaining as much speed as you can is important for that track. So I will definitely stick to Speed. We've got one on drift, one on acceleration, and there's like 5 of us on speed, well, on the speed class. Not actually on speed, don't look into that. I think I might, depending on if I get if Twilight Tour comes up in the next lobby, I might do that. But if not, then I'll probably stop the online races for a moment and try and do some of the other challenges, like there's a CTR challenge I've got to do with an invincibility mask, and it's a one, you know, you can't do a CTR challenge online, so you've got to go offline for that. And I'll probably attempt to do the Hot Air Skyway Ring Rally, as well as doing maybe a couple of other ring rallies. Just on some tracks I haven't tried it on yet, so it's just something I thought, you know, might be quite nice to sort of there. I'm gonna be that guy who leaves the TNT in the shortcut for people unsuspectingly run into. There we go, I've got the blue shield here. I keep thinking people are playing as a Geary, but it's the Robot Crunch and... Oh, come on! Yeah, this is definitely not my day. Oh, come on, leave me alone. This is about the 25th rocket I've been hit with in this session. Oh, come on. Guys, a little mercy, please. I feel like, you know, when... Oh, I can't remember who it is. That man's getting beaten up. I think it's either Homer or Krusty's beating up that man. And I just sort of feel like, you know, when that kid's just like, stop it, he's already dead. I feel like that for... I felt like that for half of these races in like today's session alone. Cheers, game. Give me a bowling bomb, which is not going to come in handy at all. Give me a beaker, which is not going to come in handy at all. Right, if Twilight Tour comes up, I'll give that a go, because all I've got to do is complete the race without using any weapons. But then if it doesn't, then I'm going to possibly skip on to doing some other tasks and that, and leaving the online races for a little bit. But, right, let's have a gander and see what's on the voting line for the next one then. So see, I don't think I've ever really seen. Not Twilight Top, not Twilight Tour. All right, let's go and do something else. I think I'm going to try the CTR challenge where I've got to be wearing an invincibility mask. So, local arcade CTR challenge. Just for the fun of it, since I'm still engine, let's just go to engine lab. But in order to get as big a percentage as possible, I want my little nitro bumper. I like my little bumper car. Gots to have the little bumper car. And I'll just give it a moment and deliberately wait for everyone else to jet off before I can possibly get me invincibility mask. Just need to remember where the CTR is in this race. They might flash up as it's coming along, so I know my best route to get it. Because I don't have to get all 3 letters with the invincibility mask. I have to just get one of them. But obviously with the CTR challenges, you've got to collect the letters and still win the race. So I've just got to not get complacent for too long here. Please show me a letter. Please show me a letter. Yep, there's the 2 mech bots from Crash 2 and Crash 3. I'll reverse backwards. I'll let everyone jip off. Forgot how cool the soundtrack was from the original one as well. There we go, invincibility mask straight away, and there goes the letter straight away, so that's all completed. I just now need to win the race. There's the T again. That's right in the middle. Oh look, an Uka Uka mask I haven't used yet. Let's just jip it with that and just get like even further ahead. Oh look, a speed canister. When the time comes, we'll get even further ahead of that as well. Like now. Hopefully the AI bumps into that. Should have thought about where to place that a bit more, but oh look, another speed canister. I feel like it's a bit unfair on the AI, like giving me speed canisters while I'm in first place, like, but here we go. I absolutely love this track. This track is like easily one of my favourites in the game. It's not just because Engine's my favourite character and it's his track. I think it's just an extremely fun track to play. Like, it gives you enough challenge to be able to practice your blue flame without like being, you know, like strenuously long. Like Electron Avenue's a bit longer than this. And that, I think it clocks in, depending on how fast you're going, you can probably get a lap of that done in about 1:05, 1:06 or something like that, but this one, it's like nice little short bursts of laps and that, like, the aesthetic of the track looks really good, and I just found to navigate, it's just fun to just speed around and stuff. There we go, fun with that, you're coming in first. I like that, I've got the coming in first challenge for the day, because it's the first time I finished a race first today. Oh lordy. Right. Right, now I've done that challenge. Let's see what else I've got to do. I know there's the online pro stuff. So there's mashed potatoes, master of all points, and 0 first. Finish first in Koala Carnival while starting the last lap in last bit. Right, okay, that's fine. I'll just do a single race offline. I'll stick to medium difficulty and just be our boy engine again. Our old farmer engine over here. Right, here we go. So we've got Koala Carnival, so I'll go at a steady pace for the first 2 laps and then let everyone else overtake me prior to going into the 3rd lap, and then I've just got to hope I'm not far behind, like I'm not too far behind to overcome, like being able, like, you know, just to the point where I know I'm not going to be just losing. And then once this is done, then that's all the theme challenges for this Grand Prix complete. So it looks like they're all fairly clustered together at the moment, which is good. It's what I want to see. Because then at least that way, if they're clustered, then it's not going to be too difficult to catch up with them. I've got a Koala, an Ebenezer Von Clutch, a Komodo Joe, a Baby T, a Dingo Dial, a Big Norm, and a Zem by the looks of it. Right, okay, so this is where I need to slow down. So if I just do that, and then I'll just leave that there. Right, this is where I've got to wait for everybody to get past me. They're not as clustered as I'd like them to be, but let's see what happens. That's right, fly over. Everyone. Come on. Komodo Joe, hurry up. There we go. 3rd lap started. Oh, there we go. Perfect weapon from getting from 8th to 1st. The blue orb. Let's just hope this isn't too insurmountable. Really? Right, let's restart. Right, come on. This is because they aren't as clustered as I'd like them to be. Like, if they all just went in a cluster, it would be fine, but looks like it's going to make it a bit more difficult for me than I'd like it to be. The fact I just outran a missile for ages there was kind of impressive. Okay, so I think the rockets as like a second weapon follow-up to the warping wasn't the most useful. Like, I feel like if anything, it's going to be an Uka Uka mask that's going to get me the ultimate catch-up. So if that happens, then I'm alright. Just remembered, in the 2nd lap, get ready to cross over into the 3rd. I'll leave that there. I'll leave myself just here. Then I'm about to cross where the 3rd lap starts. Come on. Oh, Koala's getting himself a distance. This is going to be difficult. Oh, I was hoping he'd bump into the Nitro. Right, there we go. Third lap. Oh, there we go. Stop clap. There we go. Oh, thank God I didn't bump into that. Nice little speed boost just for good measure. Just for good measure. And then let's just take this race. There we go. That's the 0. There we go. That's the 0 to first complete for well over 1,000. And that's now, yep, the Daredevil decal for the Daredevil. Alright, so that's that done. See what else I can try and do. I might try and give the ring rally a go, but just to warm me up for the ring rally first. Tell you what, I'll do mystery caves and just have a bit of variety. Yep. I found out how, because I was a bit curious about how to unlock King Chicken the other day. It turns out after the stream, because I didn't actually look into this properly, you've actually got to go into adventure mode. And there's like some golden eggs you have to find, like 1 in each hub world. There's like 5 of them in total. And then there's a door in the Lost Ruins hub world, which is the one where Papu is. And you basically find a door near where Tiger Temple's staged. And you put all 5 eggs get put into this door. And you unlock King Chicken from there. I've done a few races with him. So I've done enough to unlock the King Phoenix skin. After that is King Stunt Chicken. So I'm going to do a quick ring. I'm going to do a ring rally with King Chicken in Mystery Caves, because I don't believe I've set a 1 in here yet. Oh crikey, that's a bit of a awkward one to hopefully not get caught in. Because that little area always takes away like momentum from you, so that's a bit of a doozy. Yeah, there's always bound to be rings up over all these jumps, and in this as well. Gotta go through the water, gotta go around that. Right, okay. So now I know how the track's rings is set to work. Maybe I have a bit of a cleaner lap here. Yeah, it's just that bit's going to constantly be taking momentum away from me, so I mean, hopefully I can get a decent score on this, but if not, then yeah, oh, I nearly became King Rotisserie there. I feel like, you know, when I start to look at it and the amount of different tracks you can get burned on, do they not think it's slightly cruel having a character that's like a chicken jumping through all these bits trying not to get burned? Because, to be honest, if I started seeing this chicken get burned more often than not, it's just going to make me start craving me dinner more than like it actually has me playing the game. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing. Chicken's absolutely delicious. Oh, there we go. See? Roasted him. He's now dinner. Although then again, rising from the ashes, I suppose that's kind of appropriate. I've got the King Phoenix skin on, really. Right, so a lap 4. Yeah, but just as I was pointing out earlier, as you can see, the rings are starting to get a little bit smaller as you go lap by lap. So basically it's like a combination of just being really fast, but also being really accurate with the rings. So like you've got to, so it makes you think about how you approach this track, about how you approach each track, and the fact that you've got to, you know, maybe tackle certain parts of it a bit differently than you normally would. Which is what I quite like. I quite like a new challenge. I quite like a new challenge as well. So, and plus without actually putting any cheats in, it gives you a chance to have a bit of fun and actually see, you know, what tracks that wouldn't normally have the blue fire enabled. Like, see what it's like to just dash through them tracks with my blue flame on, which I find immensely fun. Just being able to dart around with blue flame anyway. Oh. Yeah, that's what's going to be the definitely, like, just if I'm going to attempt to do the hot air skyway ring rally, that's what's going to be the definitely, just bumping into walls constantly. Although with hot air skyway it's more about trying not to fall off the track. But oh, hello there. Well, just joining. I'm in ring rally mode at the moment on Crash Team Racing. Just having a bit of a warm-up run on Mystery Cave. It's not like it's going to make a difference on the track like I'm about to do, but just playing as a chicken. Just a chicken that once you gain a lot of momentum with, his head just flaps backwards. But no, that was it. 311,000, that's not too bad, but I'm going to need to do a lot better than that on the track I'm about to go on to, so let's change the level. And since I'm looking to do one of the pro challenges, get into an attire that's like 70%, I feel, do I do it with acceleration or drift, or, tell you what, scroll down here, got to go to Hot Air Skyway, go back to our farmer engine and take it off speed, just go to classic. Right, so the closest score is about 650 odd thousand points on this, so I was 50,000 away last time. Fingers crossed I can actually get a decent score on this, but adapt and conquer. Having a hard time in ring rally, try a different driving style. So, alright, I'm quite happy to go as the acceleration character for the time being. And let's just see how well we do here. So I'm sort of, because I've had a few attempts on this already, I'm sort of getting to know how, like, where the rings are properly and that, and like how to adjust accordingly to collecting them. Is that there? And then there's that. Oh. Okay. Falling down the hole straight away. I think the key to it, to being able to complete it, to get like 700, because the objective of this challenge is to get like at least 700,000 points on this track, in this mode. And I feel like the important part to it is to get as many of the rings as early as possible without like falling off. So in order to conserve as much time as possible. So it's like, as soon as you fall down a hole, no matter how early on it, well, if you're falling down a hole extremely early on, then it's like game over pretty much, and just have to start the run again. But it does sort of make you think about taking the track a little bit differently. Like, that was just an entire square break coming around that corner. Usually something that stops the momentum, but thankfully the rings kept the momentum there for me. So let's just see here. Jumping through some of these rings. Come on. Yep, okay. I haven't taken some of these at the best I could, but Okay, I've got 40 seconds. See if I can salvage some time here. I'm not at the blue fire like I'd like to be, so this is literally just about trying to adapt. But I know I said it was like pretty much game over if I fell down a hole, but if I can make up some time, then I'm more than happy to sort of take a few seconds and just recompose myself on this track. Thank you for tuning in, whoever's in this, whoever's tuning in at the moment. Like to try and, well, here we go. So yeah, hopefully I can get this challenge done like here and now. And then I'm not, oh, I definitely could have approached that a bit better, but thankfully I've still got like nearly a minute's worth of time here to sort of pick up and accumulate some more points. So that's not too bad. Here we go. Because as you go along, with the rings getting smaller, even when you think you've got like a proper style you've adapted to, you've still got to change on the fly. So it's like, oh well, with the rings getting smaller, is it a case of do I jump and risk like going over the rings, or do I just let the, or do I just sort of like when it comes to like the speed boost, like the boost ramps, it's like, oh, do I just let that do its job and it will hopefully go through the rings for me and that. So there's like, it's a lot about thinking about how you take it. It literally, it's constantly making you think, which for a new game mode like this, which looks fairly simplistic in nature, is quite something. But let's see here, like, oh. Here we go. Right, so we're on to lap 5 now, and I'm on 260 odd thousand, so this is going to be a very, very right, this is where I'm going to need to try and be more precise despite how fast I'm going. So let's just see what I can do here. No, missing all those rings is going to cost me a little bit. As long as that, I think basically the best part about this for me now is keeping as near to a minute as possible. So then I can sort of use that to, there we go, so we're on lap 6 now. Don't know how many attempts I'm going to give this, because I don't want to sort of, you know, be burnt out by doing, I don't want to sort of like, you know, overstay me welcome on this track and, you know, just have constantly be doing the same thing for like the next God knows how long. But yeah, this is literally just the endless marathon of collecting rings. Oh. Jesus. Oh. Like I said, with the size of the rings changing, it's literally adapt. It's just a shame you can't sort of like change like engine styles midway through the race and sort of adapt accordingly that way. But then again, I suppose if you could change your engine styles midway through a race, it would pretty much just break the game. Uh-oh, got about 30 seconds left. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it this time round. I will probably give it another attempt after that. Yep, this is round 8. I think this is literally, this might literally be the smallest these rings get. Yeah, for some instances now, I'm just literally taking my thumb off the acceleration button and just doing nothing but actually just using R1 and square to sort of jump and break through some of these rings. Yeah, something tells me I'm not gonna be able to do this. Holy Christ, I'm actually gonna get 9 laps into this. Holy Christ, I'm actually 9 laps into this. And yeah, the rings are definitely the smallest they will go. Okay, so that was 9 laps, but that top score, despite that being in my eyes a really good score, it's still not enough to conquer this task yet, so I'm going to give it one more go, because I must have been on this track for like close to 10 minutes already just going through that. So yeah, it literally makes you change like the entire way you're playing while mid-race as well. Like at first it's alright to keep hold of the acceleration button because you're not going as quickly in that, and you know, with the rings being bigger you've got a lot of leniency to sort of just adapt accordingly. But oh boy, I'm gonna dread it if they ever come out with a task that's like, oh, you've got to get 1,000,000 points on like said tracks. Because I mean, I know there's some people out there who obviously a lot better at this kind of thing than I am, and they've already achieved like, you know, getting towards like 2,000,000 points and stuff like that. But I just feel like it's sometimes a bit too quick for me to adapt to with certain things. But either way, I'm absolutely loving this Grand Prix mode at the moment, and this new game mode will probably keep me hooked for a fair bit of time, because there will be other tracks that I'll probably choose to try and keep breaking the records on, because having this as a pro challenge, the amount of people that I imagine is going to feel fatigued by seeing this track, depending on how long it takes them to do the challenge, by the end of it, there's going to be I feel like there's going to be a lot of people in lobbies that are going to, you know, like if they're looking to vote on tracks and that, and this track comes up, I feel like there's a lot of people, at least for a little bit of time, are going to want to sort of maybe have a bit of a rain check on Hot Air Skyway and just sort of move on to another track. So here we go. Skipping a hop through here. Skipping a hop through here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is a bit of a better run this time round. Especially considering we're lap 3 and I've got like a minute 15 pretty much to kill on this. Okay, I think that might be the first ring I've missed, so... Oh. Come on, take me momentum back. Come on, here we go. Here we go. There we go. So there's a few rings I'm starting to miss now because I've not got my focus on as it's a bit more difficult to sort of accommodate to the size of the rings and that now. But still already feel like I'm doing a lot better than my last run. So that's alright. Just jump down here. I think after this I might have burnt myself out of ring rally mode, and I might actually just go try and do another couple of online races and see if I can win the champion car afterwards, because I've done a few more challenges today than I managed to anticipate, but it'll be getting close to me finishing all of like I've done all the theme challenges. Like this is one of, I think, the last either 3 or 4 pro challenges I've got left to do. Oh, and that's the first time I've fallen down a hole, but with this much time on my hands. I'm not actually sweating it that much at the moment. So let's just keep at it. Here we go. Yep. It's just taking us that one initial run to first off just find out how I'm going to race it, and then... Oh. Inadvertently slowing down there is not what I wanted to do. But yeah, I definitely think I'm probably going to revert myself out of ring rally mode for the time being, so I will hop online for a little bit longer and do some more races on there. Probably go back in the champion car, win a couple of races in there, and then one of the last pro challenges is to win a few with Entropy. So, but I know a few people have taken the approach of like, oh, do the races in the champion car and with Entropy at the same time, and it's something I wish I'd thought a little bit more about before going into it. But then I thought, if I do the champion card with a bonus character, with a character with the percentage bonus, I'll get more for that. And then if I put Entropy in a cart where I get a bonus, then I'll get a bigger bonus for that as well. So it's kind of the logic I want to take in order to get towards, you know, like getting to all the points criteria and stuff, and being able to get closer to unlocking the Circus Koala skin, which is the last one, the last skin to unlock. Nope. Missed a few more there than I would have liked to have done, but not letting it shake me. I've still got like 50 odd seconds left, which is much better than I was doing this point last run. But yeah, as well as this, I'm still looking on Thursday from about 6 till 7:30, I think, of continuing my playthrough on South Park: The Stick of Truth, which has been fairly fun so far. I mean, I've already played the game before, so I sort of know pretty much all the key story points. But there was still little tidbits in the game that I completely forgot about, like during the first couple of bits, which I thought was pretty funny. But obviously, with this being, you know, Crash Team Racing, I'm going to try and steer more towards this. But I mean, just for the fact that it's introduced a new game mode and stuff. So, oh, I'm losing time here. I can do this. No! Like, this is easily, I know it's only been out like a, you know, like a few days and that, but this is already easily one of my favourite Grand Prix, just for the fact that, yep, it's introduced a new game mode. The track, it's the new circuit looks, you know, it's an absolutely fantastic new circuit. Oh, come on. I'm less than 50,000 away from the 700,000. Oh, come on. Come on, don't deny me now. Don't deny me now. Come on, I'm just 15,000 points away, please. Come on. I just need 1 or 2 more rings, please. Yes! I will take that. I will take that. Oh my god, I didn't think I was going to do it. I was slipping so much towards the end there. But my god. There we go, master of all points achieved. Thank god, because I did not want to attempt that again in the near future. Oh my god, that takes quite a bit of a strain on things. At least I know that sort of other people were there. So just out of curiosity, if I go into high score, online ring rally, and I go to hot air skyway, right, for people to be getting nearly 2 million, if I'm only on that after 9 laps, if I'm only on that score after 9 laps, then people have got to be at least going for about 16 or 17 laps or something like that. That is insane. That is actually insane. So I've done 7 out of 10, mashed potatoes. I'm probably going to just do that one offline, like out of stream, because I feel like it's a bit of a monotonous one to go around with people with, but yeah, there's all my theme challenges completed. Dailies, I've still got a few of those to do, but doesn't kill me inside if I don't get all those done. But right, I'll log back on, I'll go in the champion cart and I'll try and see if I can win a couple of more races. And if I can't, I might take a break and go off and do something else. But let's have a look. So, tell you what, I'll mix it up. I'll be a different character. Tell you what, let's be this little jester. Let's be Jester Penta. So carts, for the sake of the challenge, I'm going in champion cart with the Spyro thing. And tell you what, I'll put the stars sticker on. So we're still getting that bonus. And then just got a bit of a mix-up of aesthetic here as well. So rather than being the man with the rocket in his head, we're now a penguin in a jester's suit. Which I think looks well cool. I guess I just love how bright and like vibrant everything seems to be with the new Neon Circus Grand Prix as well. Like before they've renamed the new track to Koala Carnival, it was just called Carnival. It was just called Carnival. Again, once I can speak English. And the Grand Prix was always called Neon Circus, but the new track before it was just called Carnival. And I thought to myself at the time, you know, wouldn't it be nice just to call it the Neon Circus track and the Grand Prix the Carnival? But since they called it the Koala Carnival and they've actually given it to Koala Kong, it's not so bad. Oh, here we go. Or maybe not. Oh god, please. Not have crashed. Oh, what? I literally got no menu to work with. Oh no. I can't do anything. Oh god.